Tigers! Our book today is called Owen. This is by Kevin Henkes, just like the last couple of books are. And I want you guys to be noticing what the characters are doing in this text because it's kind of similar to the other books we've read. And the characters are also mice, just like the last few books. That's something that this author does a lot. In this story, I want you guys to be thinking about what the author wants you to learn. And we're going to do some predicting throughout this text and think about the problem and then what the solution will be. This is Owen. This is read with permission from Harper Collins. Owen had a fuzzy yellow blanket. He'd had it since he was a baby. He loved it with all his heart. Anybody else have a special blanket that they sleep with every night or they play with that you've had since you were a baby, or maybe a special toy? Fuzzy goes where I go, said Owen, and Fuzzy did. Upstairs, downstairs, in between, inside, outside, upside down. Fuzzy likes what I like, said Owen, and Fuzzy did. Orange juice, grape juice, chocolate milk, ice cream, peanut butter, applesauce. Ooh, Fuzzy getting pretty dirty. Isn't he getting a little old to be carrying that thing around? Asked Mrs. Tweezers. Haven't you heard of the blanket fairy? Owen's parents hadn't. Mrs. Tweezers filled them in. That night, Owen's parents told Owen to put Fuzzy under her pillow. In the morning, Fuzzy would be gone. And the blanket fairy would leave an absolutely wonderfully, perfectly, positively perfect, especially terrific big boy gift. So the problem is that he might be getting too big. And the solution, the first solution that the neighbor came up with was maybe he needs to have a visit from the blanket fairy, just like the tooth fairy, huh? Oh, so that might be a good solution. Maybe the blanket fairy needed to show up. Oh, so the solution was maybe they needed to put a call into the blanket fairy to tell her to come and take care of the problem. But let's see what happens. Owen stuffed Fuzzy inside his pajama pants and went to sleep. He hid it from the blanket fairy. Oh my gosh, that's funny. So is their solution going to work? No, blanket fairy can't find the blanket. No blanket fairy, said Owen in the morning. No kidding, said his parents. Isn't that funny? So they still have the same problem because that didn't pan out. Fuzzy's dirty, said Owen's mother. Fuzzy's worn and torn and bratty, said Owen's father. No, said Owen. Fuzzy is perfect. And Fuzzy was. Fuzzy played Captain Plunger with Owen. Fuzzy helped Owen become invisible. I think Owen does not see this as a problem at all. And Fuzzy was essential when it came to nail clippings and haircuts and trips to the dentist. Can't be a baby forever, said Mrs. Tweezers. Haven't you heard of the vinegar trick? Owen's parents hadn't. Mrs. Tweezers filled them in. So another solution could be the vinegar trick. When Owen wasn't looking, his father dipped Owen's favorite corner of Fuzzy into a jar of vinegar. Owen sniffed it and smelled it and sniffed it, and then picked a new favorite corner. So that solution did not work. Then he rubbed the smelly corner all around in the sandbox, buried it in the garden, and dug it back up again. Good as new, said Owen. So the problem still is that he should not be carrying that blankie around. But none of the solutions have worked out so far. They've tried lots of different solutions. Fuzzy wasn't fuzzy anymore. But Owen didn't mind. He carried it and wore it and dragged it. He sucked it and hugged it and twisted it. What are we going to do? Asked Owen's mother. School is starting soon, said Owen's father. Can't bring a blanket to school, said Mrs. Tweezers. Haven't you ever heard of saying no? Owen's parents hadn't. Mrs. Tweezers filled them in. I have to bring Fuzzy to school, said Owen. No, said Owen's mother. No, said Owen's father. Owen buried his face in Fuzzy. He started to cry. and would not stop. Don't worry, said Owen's mother. It'll be all right, said Owen's father. And then suddenly Owen's mother said, I have an idea. It was an absolutely wonderful, positively perfect, especially terrific idea. First, she snipped, and then she sewed. And then she snipped again and sewed some more. I wonder what she's doing. Let's look at the picture. Okay. She's cutting and sewing. I wonder if she's going to make pieces. I'm predicting that she's making Fuzzy into pieces. That's what I'm predicting. My guess, using the clues that are on this page. Ooh. Snip, snip, snip. Sew, sew, sew. Dry your eyes. Wipe your nose. Hooray, hooray, hooray. Now, Owen carries one of his not-so-fuzzy handkerchiefs with him wherever he goes. They did make it into pieces. They're handkerchiefs now, like little hankies. Oh, my prediction was correct. Sometimes predictions are not correct, but my prediction was correct this time. So the problem was that he can't bring Owen can't bring Fuzzy with him to school, but could he bring one of his little hankies with him to school? I think this seems like a really good solution. And Mrs. Tweezers didn't say a thing. Okay, so in this text, we made some predictions, and the prediction we made did come true. Sometimes they don't come true, that happens sometimes. And this story had one main problem, and then the characters tried to solve the problems in many different ways. So they tried lots of different solutions that didn't really pan out, and finally, the last solution was to make little handkerchiefs out of Fuzzy, which is what the solution ended up being. So sometimes there's more than one way to try to solve the problem, but they finally get it figured out at the end. This was Owen. I'll see you guys next time.